Hello. Today we've got an hour of Devastation booster pack. So let's get into it. This one opened nicely. Don't want any spoilers now, do we? Anyway, we've got Kindled Fury. It costs a single red. It's an instant. Target creature gets +1/+0 and gains first strike until end of turn. The Minotaur stared at the eternal bearing down on him. I guess. The embodiment of deadly skill he had aspired to become. Target creature gets +1/+0 and gains first strike until end of turn. That's fun. Aerial Guide. 2 colorless and a blue. He's a Drake creature. With flying, he's a 2/2. Whenever Aerial Guide attacks, another target attacking creature gains flying until end of turn. Kefnet taught us to turn obstacles into advantages. Neponem, Vizier of Kefnet. Sure. Act of Heroism. It's a colorless and a white. Instant. Untap target creature. It gets +2/+2 until end of turn and can block an additional creature this turn. On every plane, there are those who run toward danger, said Gideon. I think that's a J. Might be an F, I don't know. Gideon said it, so, yeah. Moaning Wall. 2 colorless and a black zombie wall creature with Defender. And cycling 2 colorless. Pay 2 colorless and discards his card. Draw a card. Well, that's kind of cool. It's a 0/5 creature. Before the monuments, before the trials, before Noctamon itself, Bolas culled the plane of its adults in order to rebuild it for his own designs. That guy doesn't sound very nice, does he? Bitterbow Sharpshooters. That's kind of a silly name. 4 colorless and a green Jackal Archer creature with Vigilance and Reach. It's a 4/4. Remember, brother, the eyes are always vulnerable. I never forget. Torment of Venom. 2 colorless and 2 black. Instant. Put 3 -1/-1 counters on target creature. Its controller loses to 3 life unless he or she sacrifices another non-land permanent or discards a card. The Scorpion God's Sting sends venom strong enough to poison blood, bone, and spirit. That's intense. Seer of the Last Tomorrow. 2 colorless and a blue. Naga Cleric. Pay 1 blue, tap, and discard a card. Target player puts the top 3 cards of his or her library into his or her graveyard. The truth. It's been here all along. The hours as we understood them are lies. It's a 1/4 creature. Graven Abomination. It's a artifact horror creature. Horror artifact creature. 3 colorless for a 3/1. And whenever a Graven Abomination attacks, exile target creature from defending player's graveyard. Ironically, the statues have been constructed as a warning. Steadfast Sentinel, 3 colorless and a white human cleric creature with vigilance and externalize. 4 colorless and 2 white. Pay 4 colorless and 2 white. Exile this card from your graveyard. Create a token that's a copy of it, except it's a 4/4 black zombie human cleric with no mana cost. Eternalize only as a sorcery. It's a 2/3. Feral Prowler. 1 colorless and a green. Cat creature for a 1/3. For a 1/3. When Feral Prowler dies, draw a card. It's just that simple. Once favored champions, many cats were left to fend for themselves. Whoa, this is interesting. Appeal for a green sorcery. Until end of turn, target creature gains trample and gets +X/+X, where X is the number of creatures you control. Or authority for a colorless and a white sorcery. Aftermath. Cast this spell only from your graveyard, then exile it. Tap up to 2 target creatures your opponent controls. Tap up to 2 target creatures your opponents control. Creatures you control gain vigilance until end of turn. Oh, that's interesting. So you play the top, then it goes into your graveyard, and you play the bottom. That's really cool. Dagger of the Worthy, 2 colorless. Equipment artifact. Equipped creature gets +2/+0 and has afflict 1. Whenever it becomes blocked, defending player loses 1 life. Equip for 2. Pay 2 colorless. Attach to target creature you control. Equip only as a sorcery. Liliana's Defeat. For 1 black, you get a sorcery that destroys target black creature or black planeswalker. If that permanent was a Liliana planeswalker, her controller loses 3 life. All the power you have gathered for yourself, Liliana, I can take away, said Nicol Bolas. What a pleasant guy. Ramanop Excavator. 2 colorless and a green. Naga Cleric creature. You may play land cards from your graveyard. Oh, that's really nice. This world was once so much more than the confines of Noctilon. So that 2/3 is like not bad. And we got a mountain. And a black zombie creature token, 2/2. Alright, so in this booster we got Ramanop Excavator, Liliana's Defeat, Dagger of the Worthy, Appeal and Authority, Feral Prowler, Steadfast Sentinel, Graven Abomination, Seer of the Last Tomorrow, Torment of Venom, Bitterbow Sharpshooters, Moaning Wall, Act of Heroism, Aerial Guide, and Kindled Fury. Thanks for watching.